you might have read last week that a person had died on Mount Rāhui. I don't know what they died of, but they did. Okay, so a person died on Mount Rāhui. I think it was last week. A skiing accident. Here we go. Emergency services were called to the scene about 1 p.m. Thursday, so it was 6 days ago, but the skier had died at the scene. Apparently the death occurred after an off-trail slide, so he'd gone off-trail, and he was from overseas, all right? And there was a delay in letting people know what his name was because they were notifying next of kin who presumably were overseas. Okay, that's fine. The consequence of that, though, was that Mount Rāhui had a rahui put on it. Now, I think rahuis are bollocks, but for those of you who don't know what a rahui is, R-A-H-U-I, it's essentially a sanction from using a particular physical place, whether it's a coastline, a piece of water, in this case a mountain, sometimes a river, and that rahui is placed upon it by local iwi. So it doesn't, as I understand, have a legal sanction, but because there are so many stupid white people around this country, and I'm sorry, that might be my phrase of the year actually, stupid white people. Because there are so many stupid white people who think that it would be important to acknowledge that there is spooky spiritualism all around, just not their own, they generally accede to this. So, the Department of Conservation, for example, full of stupid white people, has accepted that Ngāti which was the local iwi, had placed a rahui as a result of this death on Mount Rāhui. Now, the consequence of that was that from Thursday afternoon until Sunday at 3 o'clock, you couldn't ski on the mountain. Okay? So the commercial enterprises or even go on the mountain, if you're going to walk there or do it a tramping or something like that. But good luck on stopping you. But in terms of the commercial operation of the skis area, that wasn't reopened to the public until, as I understand, late Sunday morning. Visitors were asked to avoid the area that will be clearly marked that the rahui covers on the mountain as well. A spokesperson for the iwi said that the rahui acknowledges the, quote, sacredness of the maunga, so that just is apparently the spooky spiritualism of the mountain, the sacredness of the loss of life, and acknowledges the family's loss. This is done by pausing operations, quote unquote, to allow quiet time for our maunga to heal these spaces, to uplift the spirit of the deceased, and restore the elements to make it safe for visitors to return. Now, just don't get me started on this. So let me get this right. Time allows the mountain, the sacred mountain, to heal the place where the chap fell over, banged his head probably and died. Then it also allows the spirit of the deceased to be picked up by some supernatural entity and transported somewhere else. And then it also allows the elements, whatever they might be, earth, wind, sea, fire, I don't know, to make it safe. Oh, we'll just go, listen, guys, over the mountain here. Got to make this place safe before the visitors return. Some sort of spiritual cleansing to occur. Is this just stupid or is this stupid? Is this New Zealanders, ordinary Kiwis, who are actually, as a general rule, quite secular? We're not very spiritual at all, deciding that somebody else's spirituality is now going to govern their lives. Isn't it ironic that stupid white people in this country have decided to reject, according to the census, most organised religion. Organised Christian religion, all right? So they've said, it's all nonsense, this nonsense about the virgin birth and, God creating the earth in 7 days, or that creation myth that the Judeo-Christians had. Jesus dying, apparently doing miracles, turning water into wine. Now, that's a decent miracle to have. I'd like to know, actually, just on that, if I digress for 1 second, what was the great variety? Anyhow, moving on. And then he was resurrected after being killed and put up on a cross. That's all bollocks, Who believes that superstitious crap? You guys, Maori, you have your own superstition. Oh, well, listen, go for your life, mate. Yeah. Come over and fill our space. How madness this? But that is what happened at Mount Ruapehu last week and Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and into Sunday of last week. Seriously, can I say to white New Zealanders and to all non-Maori New Zealanders in this country, and presumably I would think to even the majority of Maori New Zealanders as well, if we start believing this crap, if we start imbuing superstition into now not simply our science curriculums at universities, but also into the use of our physical forces and closing down businesses just to accommodate the spirits, what sort of country are we? And I'll tell you the answer to that question. We're not a civilized country. We're going backwards, and we're heading off into the superstitious realm that humankind used to exist in prior to getting smart. Those are my thoughts. What are yours?